Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome back to Toku Topics. Today I'm taking a look at the final figure in Wave 12 of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, the Lost Galaxy Green Ranger. So this has been a very long time coming to finally finish this wave. We've already taken a look at, of course, Dino Thunder Yellow is how we started out the wave, and then we took a look at Mighty Morphin Black Adam version, who's also not going to want to stand, and then we also took a look at Wild Force Blue. And now finally today, we have Damon to finish off this wave, which has been a pretty solid one, and I'll get a nice group shot with everybody at the end of the whole video here. But this figure is also somewhat bittersweet, and I talked about this on Twitter when he finally did arrive the other day, because for some reason he's not, like, his release date has not moved up on Amazon. I am going to include an Amazon affiliate link in the description below to pick him up, because that will help out the channel, but he's still listed there as a March 2023 release for some reason. But Big Bad Toy Store had him in stock alongside these guys from Wave 13, so we are going to be taking a look at them next week, at the time of this video being out. But this is bittersweet because this is, as of right now, the final Power Rangers Lightning Collection figure to both be an plastic actual in the an actual plastic window in the packaging, and to have Tom Whalen artwork. So it's really truly the end of an era here for the Lightning Collection. After Tom did over 120 figures in the Lightning Collection, 7 roleplay items with helmets and morphers, t-shirts, pre-order bonus posters, special box variants, this is how it ends with Damon here, or really in any order that you get the Wave 12 figures. That's the last batch here. So this is also going to be the final time that I open, unless I get duplicates of older figures and stuff like that, which definitely could happen. This will be the last time that I ever open a Lightning Collection box in its original sort of format. So it's like kind of sad, honestly. You know, it's kind of, that's just why we've always done this. And now it's fully being moved over to plastic free, which I have been, you know, getting a lot of figures with that more recently, but you know, this feels pretty final here. So I think this figure looks really, really good. The Lost Galaxy figures have honestly been some of the best in the line so far, and I think Damon is going to be no exception here. He might be my favorite of the wave. So let's, of course, take a look at him here with the beautiful Tom Whalen artwork here for the final time. We can see Damon's head there, the Galaxy, or I almost called it the Galaxy Sword. That's not what it's called, the Quasar Saber in both of his modes right there. Really cool little blast effect piece that we're going to take a look at there. For his Transdagger, which you can barely see, there is the side of his artwork there, looking very nice. The other side with the Lost Galaxy logo that's probably getting cut off by the phone camera at some point here. And then here's his render back here, which honestly, for how cool of his accessories are with the Transdagger, this is a very weak back render. It just has him holding the holstered mode of the Quasar Saber, which doesn't even make any remote sense. And let's see what kind of symbol's on there. I'm not sure if that actually even is his symbol. It might be. Yeah, it does have the proper symbol on here, which, yeah, I think that is his symbol, but I would not have put it past them to include the wrong one there. So let's go and open up Damon, open up the final plastic tray Lightning Collection figure, and take a look at the end of Wave 12. Alright, so here is the Damon out of the box with everything that he comes with, and I don't know what it is with these Lost Galaxy releases, but they are really good. Like, honestly, pretty much all of them have been pretty solid for this team in particular. So basically, if you have Kai from Wave 9, the Lost Galaxy Blue Ranger, you pretty much know exactly what you're getting out of this. You get a very similar, comparable amount of accessories. I think you get a really, really good civilian head, honestly. Like, I think that Leo one that we got, Wave 8, was better than his original 2019 release. And then Kai's and Damon's have been really good. So I'm very excited to see what Kendrick's is going to look like in Wave 14. And then Maya is also getting released next year, but I'm not exactly sure how that's happening yet. They haven't teased her yet, but they have teased Kendrick. So by the end of 2023, we will have the entirety of Lost Galaxy, which is really, really cool. Definitely a season that I quite enjoy here, and Hasbro's just really been killing with these. So basically, of course, because of the fact that he is basically just a repaint of the Wave 8 Lost Galaxy Red or the Wave 9 Lost Galaxy Blue, he's not pinless or anything like that. I never would have expected him to be, but it's still a good body mold. It's good and nicely painted. One thing about the Lost Galaxy Rangers to always keep in mind is how well are those quote-unquote like Charlie Brown lines going to look with the paint applications. And for the most part here, I think Damon's, on mine at least, turned out pretty good. It doesn't always, you know, it's always kind of a, you know, a gamble if the lines are really going to match up too well on that torso joint. And here on mine, they probably don't match up the absolute greatest, because like you kind of have it be kind of like that to kind of have it be the best as possible. It's not terrible though. It definitely could be worse. This was kind of The biggest time that was sort of a problem, at least in my opinion, was on the original very first release of Lost Galaxy Red back in 2019, and every version of it since then I think has gotten a little bit better. Same thing with the fact that they actually have to paint this a different color because this entire joint is just white, or this entire torso piece is white, and they paint the green on there. But I think they do a good job matching the colors, and you know, you want to be a little careful so that way, because like one thing here, you can see a little paint chip there, which is just hidden underneath the belt buckle on mine there, so it's not that big of a deal, but it's one of those things you just want to kind of keep in mind. And they paint the whole circle around there, which looks really good. Now the helmets, which are some of my all-time favorite Power Rangers helmets in general, look really good. Like, that looks fantastic. And Damon's might be my favorite of the team. Like, that just looks really sweet with the Griffin design there. I quite enjoy this. You of course get his Quasar Saber holster there, and all of the figure joints that you would expect. But yeah, I have like no problems with this one at all. And his accessories are also very good. So this is definitely gonna be my favorite of this wave, probably with Kira in second place. But yeah, this is not bad. I really have like nothing to complain about with this, which is great, because a lot of more recent Lightning Collection figures have been just completely plagued with a ridiculous amount of quality control problems, and I'm happy that my Damon is pretty good. The only thing I could even say, and I'm nitpicking, is maybe his torso is like a little loose, but even that, it's really not compared to like my Lost Galaxy or to my Wild Force Blue, who is a little considerably loose. Perfectly good. So as you can see, he has the two just regular hand holding or weapon holding hands right out of the box, but he does come with this kind of splayed open kind of pointing one, which might be a unique one. I don't remember if we've had one like this before. I don't necessarily remember one like this, so that is a cool one for his left hand. And then he just gets a right-handed fist, so nothing too crazy there whatsoever. Now, of course, he does have both versions of his Quasar Saber, which in my opinion is the absolute bare minimum that any Lost Galaxy Ranger needs to have. Looking at you, Leo, from Wave 8, but you know, at least we have it in some capacity. So, of course, this is essentially the exact same one as before. My V is pretty off-centered there, but that's not too bad. And then, of course, they do have the proper Griffin symbol there. So it is unique compared to Leo's from the 2-pack and Kai's from Wave 9. But for the most part, it is the same mold and everything as you would expect it to be, which is very nice and always welcome to have here. And then, of course, you do get the holstered mode of it, which, of course, also has the Griffin symbol. And I will go ahead and place that into his holster because I'm probably going to kind of display him here for the rest of the video with the Transdagger. So it does fit in there very nicely. Now, one thing about the Transdaggers is we did not get one with Leo. Instead, we got the Quasar Launcher, and we have not gotten the Quasar Launcher again since Leo. But just like how Kai did, Damon here has his Transdagger in its crossbow mode, which might be one of my favorite ones. I really do like how this mode looks. They did a really good job painting the whole yellow and green and getting the whole design in there. You get a little handle there. And what's really cool is that with Kai, they just re-released an older effect piece that just was kind of supposed to be for the Quasar Saber. It wasn't even the one that they specifically made for the Quasar Saber, which has not been re-released again since they came with that original Lost Galaxy Red release, that big flame one, which is always really cool. But instead, for Damon here, they actually created a brand new unique effect piece, which does not happen too terribly often, and for the rest of Wave 12, those have all been re-releases, except for the Adam one. Also had a unique one, so Adam and Damon got some unique effect pieces here, which I think is pretty neat. And actually, so did Kira, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, so I don't know what I'm saying. Only Max got a reused piece. But here is Damon's really cool, unique effect piece. It's kind of done in this sort of off red color, not quite a pinkish color, but as you can see, there's two little holes in there. And that is to specifically clip into and pretty much only be able to work with the crossbow mode of the Transdagger, which I really, really do like how that looks. Whenever we get, I love the effect pieces and the civilian heads. Those are two things that a lot of people say that Hasbro should stop including with these figures because of all the different problems and accessories that are missing. I love effect pieces. I love the civilian heads. And whenever we get these special unique ones, I love them even more. So that is really, really cool. Because, like, we're probably not going to get that again. Because, like, what else would we get that with? I mean, there could possibly be, like, I'm curious if maybe you could use that in something else. Like, I'm trying to think, it looks very similar to the kind of gap that's on the Star Slinger from, from Wave 6's In Space Yellow, but even that was a lot more of a, like, a thicker, you know, it actually might be able to work, now that I think about it. Maybe you could work with Kira's Thundermax Blaster. Yeah, kinda. The gap is a lot thinner on the Thundermax Blaster, so really is specifically meant to work with the Quasar, or with the Transdagger in its crossbow mode, but still, love this one quite a bit. And then, of course, the final piece we have here is Damon's, of course, head sculpt, which is kind of the last test here. If this head goes on easily and doesn't like break or anything like that, this figure will pretty much be completely perfect, but that wasn't too difficult to get off of there, so let's see how easy it is to pop the head on. Okay, was not too bad, and there is Damon Henderson there, which looks really good. Here he is next to the actor. I think it's a really good likeness in my opinion. They really have been doing a pretty good job with these on the Lost Galaxy Rangers, so yeah, that is pretty sweet. So Lost Galaxy Green, definitely a win on my book. In terms of these figures, the little neck joint divot there is a little bit smaller or a little bit thinner, just like it was on the other Wave 12 figures compared to some of the other versions of these same molds, I feel. But it's probably a little bit more comparable to what we're used to, compared to, like when you have it with Lost Galaxy Red and Blue. But yeah, Lost Galaxy Green here is definitely a win. So now that we have Damon, here is all of Lost Galaxy so far, which has taken a while. So this has been like 3 years so far to just get this far with Lost Galaxy, because we got the Magnet Defender back in Wave 2 all the way back in 2019. Then this is the Wave 8 version of Leo with accessories from the Versus Pack version of him from 2019 and 2021. Then we had him from Wave 8, Wave 9 we had Kai, Lost Galaxy Blue, and now with Wave 12 we have Damon here. But yeah, Lost Galaxy's looking pretty great. I definitely would have to say that just kind of looking at it, my red and blue, the whites definitely look a little bit more yellow than his are, so that's telling me that these are probably aging. Well, obviously, because these ones are nearly 2 years old, or this is almost 2 years old, this is like a year and a half old. So yeah, that's definitely probably something that is happening, so I would not be surprised if by the time we get Kendricks and Maya next year, Damon will probably start kind of looking like these guys, which is incredibly unfortunate because I do try to keep these as protected as possible, and if they're still kind of yellowing, that's kind of a problem. But Lost Galaxy is definitely coming along here very nicely, and I'm very happy that we have at least 4/6 of the team. That's definitely a very good start. And now, after a very long time, we finally have the full, complete Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wave 12. So, honestly, pretty solid wave. I think that this is a pretty good one. It's not one of the best ones. It's definitely a weird choice of characters here with Max, Adam, Damon, and Kira, but they're all pretty solid and pretty good figures. This wave has not been as QC problem heavy as the next wave we're going to take a look at has been. I haven't even opened any of my Wave 13 figures yet, but I'm very worried to do so, but we're going to get there when we get there. But in terms of this wave here, my favorite figure is Damon Lost Galaxy Green here. I think he really just has the best accessories, the best civilian head here, and it's just overall one figure that I have zero problems with this wave. And then the second figure in the wave would be the Dino Thunder Yellow Ranger figure. Very good one. I just do kind of wish that he had a little bit more detail on the Terra grips, and it would be nice if she had the Thunder Max Saber. But besides that, not too bad. The Kira likeness is okay, but for the most part, Kira is very good. And then we have Wild Force Blue, who is a very good figure. It's just you have that problem with the Crystal Saber, which I realized I probably should have put in his holster for this video. And also the fact that we have the whole thing, or actually it's right here. I could still put it into his holster, actually. It fell out of his holster. But then you have the whole thing with the holster not being the right size or right color or shape or anything like that. And then, of course, the whole Crystal Saber thing. So he kind of is lower for that. And then Adam doesn't need to exist. He's just kind of here. And it's kind of just a refresh of that figure with a nice new helmet. And I do like the new accessory, but Adam doesn't need to be in this wave. But it was still pretty good wave of Lightning Collection figures for the final wave to have Tom Whalen box art. And this wave is starting to pop up, at least at the time of this video, more frequently now in Targets and Walmarts and stuff like that. And you can finally go in and get it. Alright, and with that is going to do it for my video review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Wave 12 Lost Galaxy Green Ranger. So, easily my favorite in the wave. I think that this was a pretty solid wave, kind of a weird one, but it did kind of further some teams that we definitely needed some gaps filled in there with Lost Galaxy, Dino Thunder, Wild Force. So it's definitely a very welcome addition here, and I think Damon is just adding another great figure to the Lost Galaxy lineup from the Lightning Collection, which is a team that, we kind of were slowly building over the last couple of years, and now we are definitely getting close to being done with it, as this is the last male member of the team for them to do. So of course, until next time, time, I will be leaving the Amazon affiliate link to this guy in the description below, even though he is still listed for a March 2023 release date, although I'm sure that's probably going to get bumped up. And I'm also going to leave the Big Bad Toy Store link to him in the description below, which is where I got mine. And of course, until next time, you guys can check out the other Wave 12 reviews here on the channel. And of course, you can also follow me on Twitter at LiveRangerKey or at LightningFigPR, and I'll see you all later.